Hi, this is Gun Fun, and I'd like to take a few minutes to give a brief review of the Magma caster, the Magma Engineering Master caster. Most people will find that this is quite a lot more money than the alternatives, specifically using a bottom pour pot and something like Lee 6 cavity molds. You can get everything you need to cast one caliber for under $140, and you can make $500 or $600 an hour that way. So considering that this costs around $1,050 plus shipping as of right now, you have to ask, why does somebody want this system? Well, it makes a lot of things more consistent, so it's holding the mold more consistently. Because you're not busy holding things up, you can pay attention to the exact moment that it frosts. A lot of your motions can be faster. You're not having to stop and break the sprue plate or turn the mold upside down, so that aspect of it goes faster, which gives you much more efficient casting with the 2-cavity mold than most people can do by hand, but about on par what you could do with the 6-cavity mold. The PID temperature controller automatically holds it at an actual temperature as opposed to a number. That's an extra that costs about a couple $100 right now. I think that's very worth it. If you're handy, you can build a PID right now for around $50 in components plus an enclosure, but you'd also have to weld on a thermocouple inside the machine and take it apart. So to get one pre-made is a bonus. The people that this would most benefit are people who would have a hard time using conventional molds or getting a good production rate with them. Maybe you have only one hand, as some people I know do, or you don't have good use of both hands, or you have weak grip strength, weak ability to hold it up, arthritis, tendinitis, any of those things that would make sitting for a couple hours using a hand mold a big problem. And frankly, a lot of people who have the time to do shooting and reloading are going to be retirees who are older and have arthritis. So they may have money but not time, or money and not the ability to use the other machines. So for them, a system like this is a good solution. Whether the cost is worth it to you, I'll let you decide. I think an average person with a 2-cavity hand mold can make maybe 150 to 400 an hour. And somebody using a 2-cavity mold in this, if they're paying attention, shouldn't have any trouble doing $500 or $600 an hour. Partially because of the fan, and partially because everything's held steady and you're not taking as long to cut the sprue. It has a lot of included tools, like spares. Gotta love people using their cell phones as a radio. It's as bad as the boom boxes in the late 80s. Anyway, some cons are the cost, that it's a pain to get in there and change out the orifice plate or clean the orifice plate, which I find you have to do more than I would like to. You can't just poke a wire up there and swish it around like you can with a bottom pour pot generally, but you actually do have the ability to service it, so that's both a pro and a con. It's kind of a pain to change the molds. You have to punch out a roll pin here and here, or remove these Allen screws. They do provide you nice punches and Allen wrenches for that, but it's not as convenient as I think it could be. The fan duct is pointed to blow air straight down instead of at the top of the sprue where the air is actually needed, which is why I've cobbled this together. The PID temperature controller is limited to 850, which is plenty for casting lead. If you're wanting to cast other metals that might be usable for bullets or jewelry or other things, that's may be an issue for you. I do like that you can set it at an exact number and leave it there. One of the significant disadvantages of this machine is its inability to do hollow point without serious modifications. Because it dumps sideways and not straight down, you will always have problems with the core pin being damaged or slamming sideways on the cavity of the hollow point, thereby denting the inside of the bullet, or the base of a shotgun slug or Minier ball. So, if you're planning to do hollow points, I have heard of people modifying it, but this is not ideal for that. Anyway, that's an overview. I do find that it is a pain to clean the orifice plate and that I have to do that more often than I would like. But I think the machine is very well made, and you'd be hard-pressed to wear it out in a lifetime. So, thank you.